y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Leah. I live with my husband and our 6 dogs in an RV. And my husband and I have both recently lost an extreme amount of weight. He's down 92 pounds, I'm down 131 pounds. My YouTube channel before we ever started our weight loss journey, and at the beginning of this year we just kind of hit a pause on everything and decided to prioritize our health. As of my birthday on May 3rd, I started sharing my journey over on TikTok, and now I'm back on YouTube and I'm so excited to be back. I can't tell you how many times a day I get the question, how did you start? Along with that question, I also get, did you have surgery? Did you do Mounjaro? Have you done injections? Do you do pills? Do you have any supplements that help you with weight loss? And the answer to all those is no. I have lost all my weight from eating less than I burn. Another question I get a lot is, how do you come up with all these meals? This is the best part, is that I still eat exactly what I ate before, but much less of it. And there are certain things that I've cut out more than others, but there's nothing that I can't have if it fits in my calories. The way I've done my journey is by my own design based on my lifestyle. This is the most we've ever lost, but also it's the longest we've ever maintained that loss. So we are really proud of our journey, and we just want to share it because we want everyone to know that they don't have to go pay for all this extra glitz and glam to lose weight. You know, we can all prioritize ourselves based on our own lifestyle and by our own design. So I want to share that with you today. If I had a friend come up to me and say, I am so lost, I have no clue where to start, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes, please help, I would tell them to watch this video because I'm going to break down exactly how I started. But not just that, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can start, and you can do it today. This is gonna be different than anything you've ever tried, and the reason is because you're gonna do it. If you are like me, every other time you've tried a diet, you have stuck with it for a week or even a month, and you weren't getting the results you wanted fast enough. You go off for one day and you decide that you just ruined all your progress and you fall off. It's a vicious cycle, round and round we go. That's what I've done my entire life. I can't tell you how many times I've started a weight loss journey. And the best part is that now my weight loss journey has turned into the rest of my life. And that's what I want for all of you. So I'm gonna share with you guys exactly what you can do today to start. Like I mentioned before, we are in an RV, so getting my setup here was kind of funny. But I wrote it all down for you. You could technically screenshot this if you wanted right now and ignore the rest of the video. But I'm gonna try to make it quick and make it very simple for you guys. I recommend 2 things. I recommend that you go and you make a list of 5 to 10 things that you could implement today. That could be drinking more water. That could be getting a little light exercise. That could be no more eating out. It could be that you wanna stop drinking your calories. Whatever those things are that you could implement today, write them down, and then I want you to pick 2 or 3 of them. 2 is great to start. I did 2, okay? And the reason I'm telling you this is because I feel like most people want to do things super fast, so I don't want to knock it down. If you want to do 3, go for 3. But 2 is where I started. The other part of that is to do it for a week consistently. I did it for a month, but I was very okay with taking my time. So you have to be willing to take your time. If you want to take a month for step number 1, I highly recommend it. I think it's a great thing to start with because it shows you that you're willing to put in that work for a period of time. You're also going to create that good habit of doing that same thing every single day, and that consistency is what's going to help you get through this journey. So do it for a week or a month, wherever you want to start. I recommend at least minimum a week consistently. And then number 2 is you're gonna go for the next 2 to 4 weeks or the next month. If you already did the first one for a month, you would do this number 2 for the next month. And you're gonna get 2 things. You're gonna get a scale and you're gonna get a form of tracking. Now I'm sorry if this is really far away. I will do a screenshot for those of you who want a picture of it so that it makes it more legible, but I'm really bad at working this vlogging camera and I don't know if it's blurring it out right now. So I'm gonna do my best. I'll put a picture up for you guys. Anyway, back to A and B of number 2. A food scale. You could go to a yard sale. It does not have to be expensive. I have one link that I use in my LINKTREE that you are welcome to go check out, but you do not need a fancy scale. Mine's very simple, but it is a little more expensive because it holds up to 11 pounds. It's stainless steel, and there's a removable screen so that you can weigh larger items, but you don't need that. You just need something to weigh food, and that's just to keep your calories consistent. And number 2 is some form of tracking. I'll tell you right now, there's a third option that I didn't put on here, but that I did. For the first 8 to 9 months before I started strength training, I actually kept my total calories in the calculator on my phone. Literally every single day, every single meal, I weighed everything out. I added it up on a notebook, usually next to the stove, and then I went and inputted just a total amount of calories versus individual ingredients into like a tracking app. I will tell you that it's really hard to track your protein in that way, and the only thing I recommend tracking is your calories and your protein. I don't think it's important to like focus on carbs and fats, especially if you're staying under your calories, but if there is some sort of medical reason you need to be tracking those, by all means, please do. I just don't think for the most of us it's really that necessary. Please take and leave what you will out of this video. If something doesn't resonate with you, this is about you and your journey and your design so that you can make it as sustainable as possible. And then for a bonus, if you don't do this up here, which it may be one of your 2 or 3 things that you chose, as a bonus, incorporate some light exercise every day. 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 minutes from a seated position, walking, pool, wherever you want to do it, consistently every day. Start getting, and I literally don't mean 4 to 5 times a week. I mean every single day do some form of activity. And it does not have to be a lot, it does not have to take a long time, and it doesn't have to hurt. You don't have to be in pain because you tried to get an exercise. If you are coming from a very immobile spot, I recommend staying in a seated position. Do something called Sit and Be Fit. There's a lot of YouTube sit down exercise tutorials. You could sit there and do it for 5 minutes doing some arm lifts. You could make up your own. People with joint issues, osteoporosis, arthritis issues, or just a lot of pain in general, a pool is a great option. My mom and I, we love going to the pool. My husband loves going to the pool during his winter shift, and he swims every single day. So your form of exercise doesn't have to be someone else's form of exercise. I highly recommend you start it up here as one of your 2 to 3 options is some form of activity. For me, I did 2 things. I rode my Peloton for 10 minutes every day, no more, no less. I couldn't do more because my butt hurt so bad from sitting on that seat, and I wasn't gonna do less because I made that commitment to myself. So the first 30 days, I didn't miss a day. In fact, the first 3 months, I didn't miss a day. I was very proud of that. And then the second thing I did was we stopped eating out completely. And specifically, we made that change in the very beginning before we ever started weighing food or any of that. So what's the catch? Here's the catch. It takes time. And it takes consistency. If you do not put in the work every day to do it, and you aren't patient enough, you're going to fail at this. But the best part is that you're in control of whether you fail or not. So if you succeed, you get the credit, and if you fail, you get the credit. Why aren't we all doing it then? It takes time, and it takes consistency. Most people are not willing to take the time and put in the work every day to make sure that they are eating less than they burn. Yes, this is hard, but so is being overweight. So is being in pain. You know what's amazing? Is when you can stand up the entire time you have to do the dishes without taking a break. You know what's amazing? When you can walk from your car to the grocery store without getting out of breath. You know what's amazing? When you can shop in a store that you walk into and you don't have to click send on the computer to get it in your size. You know what's amazing? When you get to live a life with your loved ones without the fear of going out because you're obese. If someone were to ask us, would you jump in front of a bus for your mom or your dad or your kids? We'd say yes, right? But will we live for them? Will we do whatever it takes to be here as long as possible for them? That's the best part of all this, is eating in a calorie deficit. You can eat exactly what you eat now, but you just have to eat less of it. If it fits in your calorie count, you're good to go. And if you're thinking right now, like, thanks, Leah, that was really nice, but how do we figure out our calories? I got you. Go over to a TDEE calculator, type in your information. It's gonna ask you for your age, your gender, your height, and your weight. And then based on the activity level you put in, it's gonna give you maintenance calories. I recommend subtracting 100 to 200 calories from your maintenance calories based on that calculator and start there. You can also sign up for a calorie counting app. I use Macros First. I know MyFitnessPal is changing a lot of things and charging for things. So check out Macros First if you are interested, and they make it really easy and legible. And I just did a video last week on that. So if you need an in-depth video on that, go check that out. I will leave that video linked right up here. But please, more than anything, the most important thing when you're starting, and that's what this video is all about, is making sure you start a little bit at a time. It's not just about getting your calories perfect. You're gonna trial and error with that. It's going to be a little bit of a process. So don't worry too much about that. I recommend just creating healthy habits and good behaviors that you can implement by what you can do today. Also, if you would like me to lay out a video on how to build a strength training starter routine, please let me know in the comments, because I'd be happy to write out how I started, and hopefully that may be something that can help you as well. I did a little research on it. I watched a lot of Eric Roberts videos, and he is amazing at like laying that all out for you. So I'd be happy to show you kind of what I did to start and what I'm still doing going into my 7th week of strength training. So feel free to let me know in the comments if that's something you guys want to see in a future video. When you are ready to let all those excuses that we tell ourselves on a daily basis go, and you're ready to prioritize yourself, and that doesn't mean being selfish. That doesn't mean that you're more important than others. It means that you are equally as important as the other loved ones in your family, and you owe it to yourself to be the best possible you for them. So when you are ready to prioritize yourself, I am here to push you beyond what you think you're capable of to get to your goals. If you like this video, please give it a like, follow, and share. As always, follow me over on TikTok and Instagram. I will leave my links down below. Hit that notification bell, because that's gonna let you know every time I upload. And I'm a very new channel, so I would appreciate it so much if you shared the video, shared it with your friends, brought everybody over. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I love y'all so much. Mwah.